Hello, welcome to my live this Saturday morning. Hopefully, you are having a great day so far. Charlie is with me right here. Say hi, Charlie. Thank you. So, she is here. Duke is over next to me. And yeah, so I'm going to wait a few minutes, see if anybody else pops on. Kind of an impromptu thing. I didn't have a video this week, so I thought I would try and do a live video, something that I definitely enjoy. I definitely think that it's a lot more fun to have that, engagement. Let me see if I can fix. I feel like the camera's a little crooked. Oh, that I think just made it worse. That's better, I think. I don't know if it's straight or if it just looks straight on my side, but my phone itself looks crooked. But I feel like the picture itself looks straight, so I don't know. You want to say hi? I see your ears. Do you want to say hi? Hi. I don't really have a whole lot planned for this live. It's just kind of a, hey, let's chat, let's catch up, see what's going on. Um, you know, if you're feeling down or lonely, this gives you a space to connect and hopefully find some positivity and, maybe talk about what we're doing for the summer. Um, I know that we've had a few graduations here in Central Florida already, depending on where you live. I know graduation and end of school is always at a different time. So, that being said, you may or may not be thinking about summer yet. Memorial Day is around the corner. So, there is that. And yeah, so it already is starting to feel like summer here. We are reaching 90 degrees, low 90s most days now. The humidity has definitely reached much higher than it has been the last month. And it just feels like summer. It just feels like summer. I washed my hair this morning. I let it air dry. You can see it has some volume. There's a little bounce to it. I don't really do a lot with it. I just kind of wash it, and I did put a shine cream in it because my conditioner isn't for shine, and I didn't want my hair to look dull, especially since I just washed it. And so it does get that, kind of wavy, whatever, kind of beachy look to it, I guess, um, which is nice. Charlie's trying to get comfortable. There we go. So, oh, now she's hiding. She is a character for sure. I can't say enough. I just absolutely love every minute with her. So, and I have some flowers um, from Mother's Day and just from, yesterday being a random, hey, let's buy some pretty flowers. So, but yeah, so Charlie's obsessed with my makeup collection. She's over here now staring at it, sniffing at it, trying to figure out what's happening. Not much, I will tell you. Um, well, I can share. So, my boss at work likes to do little things for the people on her team. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Oh, it's so good to see you. See you, you know. I hope you are doing well. Um, I was thinking about you the other day, so hopefully you are. No worries. I know that your phone is often lost or misplaced by your grandson, so I totally understand. No worries. I was just saying that I don't really have an agenda for today's video. It's really kind of a, hey, let's catch up. Let's see how everyone's doing. If you're feeling lonely or just like you need a little bit of positivity, hopefully we can provide that connection here. Um, And then I was about to share, my boss likes to do little things for everyone on the team. And so we have to fill out this little survey that she put together, our favorite color, our favorite foods. Yes, right on time. And places where we like to shop or get gift cards or, different things like that, what our favorite sweets are. And I'm not a candy person. I've been trying to stay away from sugar. I have been trying to stay away from gluten because of how it affects. Um, Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, and so she gave me this little packet. Isn't this cute? I told her that I love all things corgis, of course. And this one, the corgi, is ready for summer, ready to go swimming. And it also came with this cute little pad that says beach, please, with the cute little butt shot. Um, but it's kind of like you can use it. It has lines. So to-do list, grocery list. It does have a big magnet on the back, so I can stick it on the fridge. It's really nice and thick, so there's plenty of pages, and they are recycled paper. I believe the wrapper said. So yeah, super cute. I really like it. I don't know if I'll ever write on these. They're too cute. I might just pass them out and write like a note on the back of it. You never know. Um, but yeah, so just I did show Charlie earlier. Great to keep on your desk and jot down. Absolutely. I do need to start doing that. I do have a couple of video ideas running through my head that I haven't quite figured out how I want to execute them. So, definitely having them written down will be helpful so that I'm not forgetting what those ideas are, because I've done that before. Um, and Charlie is just laying on my lap, or I would show her to you. Um, she's just kind of taking it easy. I think it's that mid morning nap time. I almost wish I was taking a nap because I was up kind of early. Um, but I didn't put a whole lot on my face today. It is warm, it's humid. So I have the Alastin Skincare Hydra Tint Pro Mineral Sunscreen SPF. You can tell I'm almost out of it. I don't even know if you can see through it. I know, like, I can literally see like the emptiness. I guess you can't, because maybe you can. Like, that's literally a line. Um, I actually really like this stuff. I was surprised. I've noticed that a lot of mineral sunscreens tend to dry out my skin, and I think it has something to do with the zinc that's in them. There's something about the zinc or the amount of zinc that's in them that just don't work for me. Um, I got this from a spa, I think, that I visited in somewhere. I'd have to double check. I don't remember. But I think you can get it online. You can get it on their website. And I think Lisa J on YouTube likes this brand. I know she likes the Elta MD, but I think she's been using this more recently. I haven't watched a lot of her stuff lately, but it's her or someone else. I can't remember. But I like it. It is tinted, so there's no white cast, and it does help a little bit with my redness. Not a ton because it's just tinted. Um, yeah, I like a mix of the chemical and physical too, because I feel like it does a little better. This one has titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. I don't know which one is which. Like, which one, what's chemical and what's physical. So I'm not very helpful with that. But then I used my Chantecaille um, compact foundation, and I really like it. I think it looks really nice. It looks natural. I'm not going to get super oily very fast. Um, so I just wanted something nice and light. And then I was thinking, I didn't put anything else on. That was it. But I was thinking about using the Hourglass Ambient Elephant palette that I have, because I'm curious. So this has 2 finishing powders. It has a highlight, a bronzer, and then 2 blushes. And I was thinking about seeing what type of eye look I could get with this, because I plan on going on vacation this summer, and I want to just take something simple and easy. Still have my eye on that Hourglass palette. It is really pretty, and I think, okay, now Charlie wants to sniff it. It is very pretty, and I like the cheek colors, and I think for my lighter skin tone, the bronzer works fine, and the highlight is not super out of this world highlight. So if you prefer, you know, um, a brighter or a more noticeable highlight, that's not what this is. But it is a nice palette, so I was thinking about taking that with me on this trip because I don't want to take a bunch of stuff. So I was thinking about, since I'm doing a live, I would try and see what type of eye look I can use, because I have seen people use bronzer as like a transition shade. I think it would be great for my Elmer School Glue complexion. It is a really nice palette. My mom has a deeper skin tone than I do, so this was, I think, a little bit light for her, so that's why she gave it to me. But yeah, I think people with my skin tone or lighter would be fine. Definitely going darker would probably be a little more difficult. So Charlie is awake and she is up, so we're gonna say hi. Say hi. Hi, Tammy. She's like, okay, mom, put me down. Um, so yeah, and then, you know, I haven't washed my brushes in a while. Can you believe that? I was one of those like, um, not necessarily every day, but I use one of those brush sprays, you know, so you just kind of spray it on a paper towel, or I usually just use a hand towel and then, you know, wipe the brush through it to get the color off and things like that. I know that's not like deep cleaning, it's just a daily cleaner, but my mom got me this really cool makeup brush cleaner and I haven't used it yet. It says it's a portable electronic automatic, but it's supposed to be one of those where, yes, I know I'm opening a box, so she's got to know what's in it. It has a handle, so you're supposed to, I think, put an attachment on here. Oh, yeah, so there's different attachments, and each attachment holds a different size brush, I think, depending on the size of the handle. And then it has this little jar, which is where you're supposed to put your water and soap, and it has a lid or a cover. There we go. And it also has this little stand for all of your parts and pieces. Yeah, so you can see in the picture, so that kind of holds something in it. I'm not exactly sure how this works. I feel like, oh, okay, so there's that little piece, and that fits into the different, they almost look like they're the same size. I'm not really sure why that's different. I'm clearly missing a step here, because none of those are going to fit in there like that. All right, well, clearly I need to figure out how to use this by reading the instructions. Oh, is that one? It just seems like they're too big. But maybe that's, oh, maybe that's so they're tight. So yeah, they're silicone. And then you put your brush in there. Obviously that one's too small, and that one might be too big. But like, you would put your brush in there, and then it spins it when it's in the water. Ooh, well, definitely made it fluffier. So I need to do my brushes. So I was thinking about doing a short for that, because it's not, I don't want to say it's not super interesting, but I don't know that you necessarily want to see the whole process of me doing this, because it could probably take me 30 minutes to do this entire thing. So, and I do try to keep my videos on the shorter side so that they're not too crazy long. So we'll see, but I thought that was cute, and it'll give me something to use, you know, to get my brushes clean. I've had one large coffee today, and I feel like it's not enough. I may be going for more coffee later. Wasn't planning on it. Maybe I'll make some here at home. It's probably smarter. Um, it's a really pretty day. Tammy, what's the weather like where you are? You'll have to come back and give a review. I will. You're on number 3. Oh, okay. See, you're way ahead of me. Although my coffee was 16 ounces, I think. So technically that's 2. That's what I normally get. You're expecting storms. You know, we are too. This afternoon, they are calling for, I don't know if they're calling for severe weather where I live, but they are calling for um, precipitation, possibly thunderstorms. Um, so it's definitely one of those things. Please be careful. If you have to go out, tell Mister that he needs to be safe if he's going out. I know he works a lot. Um, so yeah, so I will have to do a short with that when I have the time and the patience. Because now something is stuck and I'm like, okay, I'm done. Yeah, so let's see, because I have my BK Beauty brushes. Had some bad ones come through earlier in the week that destroyed it. Oh no! See, that's terrible. It's one thing, it's like, okay, there's rain, we need rain, I get that, not opposed to rain. And of course, in Florida, we're heading toward rainy season because it's summer. But yeah, I wish it wasn't destructive weather. You know, that definitely makes it more difficult. So I'm going to take, I think, my BK Beauty 202 brush, super high winds. Yeah, we've actually had some thunderstorms in the afternoons with wind. Fortunately, where I live, it's kind of gone around us. It hasn't gone through. I think Thursday afternoon, no, Wednesday afternoon, because um, the boys were gonna go play golf. They couldn't because it started raining at 3 o'clock, and it was a pretty steady rain. It was pretty heavy, but it didn't last too long. I think it was 2 hours, which I'm really glad I worked from home that day so that I didn't have to go out in the rain afterwards. So I'm gonna take the bronzer here and I'm gonna see about putting that in the crease and see what that does. Hopefully. I feel like these aren't super pigmented, but they're just pigmented enough, especially for, oh, well, I guess they're a little more pigmented than I thought. But they're definitely, they can be worn lighter or more sheer if you want. They don't have to be super, you know, super stark or anything. There might be a tiny amount of shimmer, but nothing, like I wouldn't necessarily call this a shimmer shade. I don't think it's that type of shimmer. And then I have the BK Beauty 201 brush, and I think I'm going to put this in the pink shade just because it's a little darker and I don't know how much this is gonna stick. Sometimes I find with pink shades it's better to use my index finger or my ring finger because there's not a ton of payout. I don't know, I guess it just depends. That one actually came out pretty nice. I think you can tell that I have pink on this one, and I feel like it definitely brightens up that eye more. Thank you. So do you have any plans this summer, Tammy? Are you doing anything fun and exciting? One of the things I was going to talk about is I am going on a vacation this summer. Something I've never done before that's I think is super exciting. I don't want to give away too much information because I will be doing some shorts, maybe even a live or two while I'm gone. And I will definitely be doing a couple of vlogs when I get back. So I don't want to give away too much information, but it's definitely something to look forward to if you like that sort of thing. Um, I do think that I will do a, what's in my makeup bag type thing, hoping for a trip to the coast and some to the aquariums and museums. Oh, I love that. See, I love history. I like museums. I know some people don't. Some people think that that's boring or it's not exciting, but I love museums. I think they're amazing. We went to DC probably close to 7 years ago now, and we spent so much time in one of the museums that we didn't have as much time for all the others. And it was kind of like, oh, we need to better pace ourselves. We can't just read every single thing that's here because there's just so much to see. So unless you spend one day at one museum, you're going to miss so much stuff. So that really made a difference. I just realized that I have the Chantecaille Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer over here. And this has an SPF of 15, which is less than the Elastin, but it's in my summer shade of nude. And so this would be really good for me to take on my trip. It has more coverage than the Elastin does, but I won't have to repurchase anything. And I can still use the powder compact on top of it. So I may do that instead. I'm glad I saw that. And I missed Tammy's message, and I don't know how to go back and see the comments because I don't. Um, so I'm sorry. Yeah, there you have it. Our family loves history. We even drive around reading historical info signs, exploring the areas. Yeah, I think that that's awesome. I actually lived near Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And so, I mean, there's signs all over the Northeast, um, you know, about something happened here, a battle took place here, that sort of thing. So I always find that stuff interesting. I kind of like the history, and I'm excited to learn the history of other places, especially places that have a longer history than what we do here. Although, um, St. Augustine is very cool because it's like one of the oldest cities in the US. Um, and so there's a lot of really good history there. So that's cool. I've been there twice now. Yeah, the East Coast really is great. So hopefully you guys get to the beach and you get to those museums and aquariums because all of that sounds like fun. It really does. Um, I can't wait to share, our trip with you guys. Charlie's just laying her head over here asleep. Oh, she's getting up. So I really like this eye look. I think for every day, for easy travel, nothing super crazy. It was just a little bit of the bronzer and then that pink shade. And I could even maybe just do one swipe of it instead of, I think I did two. And I didn't even use anything else. We have to get our current hunting finished. Yes, I agree. Priorities. You do have to remember your priorities. It's not always easy, but it does make a difference. So I'm gonna take. I have Real Techniques 400 brush that I like to use for blush, and I'm gonna use that same pink shade that I put on my eyes, and I'm just gonna tap that over here on my cheeks. There's a lady that I love to watch on Instagram, and I need to remember what her name is. Um, and she does a lot of techniques, especially for more mature skin. And she was saying about putting a finger here, and I don't remember how she figured out like where your finger went, like where that line is maybe, and you're only supposed to put blush behind that line, because it helps give you a more lifted look. And you also don't want to smile because when you smile, of course, your cheeks go up. And then when you stop smiling and they come down a little bit, now you've got blush, farther down, and it doesn't quite look the same. So I've been trying to remember that a little bit when I do my blush. Originally, I saw one she did where she said to put two fingers here to the side of your nose and go out. And I think that ultimately it's kind of the same thing. I use the rule of no blush past the outer whites. That's a good idea too. And that's about the same thing. So if I do this, you know, now granted that's not straight, but let me use my left eye because I feel like that's a little bit more on camera. So if you do that, then yeah, you're not going to have blush over here. So you're even saying no blush kind of past here, even. So that's almost like a pinky finger or something, so that you're not putting too much on and then it's not drawing downward, you know. But that just gives a nice little glow and a nice little bit of color to the cheek area, so that, you know, not that I think that I don't have any color, but it just kind of help gives a little more dimension. And, you know, even if I wanted, I have a small brush here somewhere. That one may not be small enough. This one is not the right kind of brush. Eh, okay. I have this little like blender brush that I can take some of the highlight on and just kind of even add that here. And because it's more subtle and it's actually a little bit more of a bronzy, you know, champagne bronzy shade, it's not so much your typical shiny. I guess champagne's not the right word because this is darker, so this is definitely a little bit more on the bronzy side. Do you ever pull your blush up to the edge of the outer V of the eye? Now I'm trying to think about what that means. Pull your blush up to the outer. So you're talking about pulling it up to here only, or do you mean like you're pulling it this way? I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. Um, because I tend to just go from like here to the hairline, so it kind of has somewhere to blend. And I don't remember where I got that from because I've been doing that for probably the last decade, which doesn't mean it's right or that it hasn't changed. Um, but yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. So you saying like you just go from like here up, or you go from here to here because that's where the line is. Added to what you have up a little higher. Oh, so like here? Because yeah, because you said the edge. So I'm thinking you're just talking about going a little bit. Oh, okay. I don't think I do. Um, but I mean, I probably should, because that'll probably help brighten the eyes a little bit too, even with, you know, whatever. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that. It just helped add a little bit more lift with that. And it goes into the eye look, absolutely. And especially since I use that same color, now it kind of, even though I have the bronzer in that inner shade too, or that outer crease. I don't know what that noise was. Oh, do you see her ears? um, but yeah, that's really pretty. I'll have to remember that. Oh, hairball. Um, but yeah, I really like this palette, and I think that this is a great everyday, you know, there won't be a ton of, you know, flash or anything. It's just simple, easy. If I wanted to put bronzer on, I can do that too. I don't have to just use it for my eyes. Um, yeah, and I can mix and match the pink shades. I think one's a little peachier than the other. And then there are the finishing powders. So if I feel like I need, one is a little bit more cool toned and the other one is probably a little more warm. But if I wanted to just kind of mix them, because, you know, and just kind of, yeah. So it's a really great face palette. And I really love that you can do so much with it and it's versatile. And I like that it's in, you know, that metal packaging. It's not in cardboard, so this will travel better than cardboard might. So yeah, I think I'm going to take this with me and I can use it for eyes and cheeks. Well, that's true. I was actually thinking I could take, I have the ColourPop Stole the Show Super Shock Highlight. So like if I wanted to do a little bit of highlight in my inner corner, or if I wanted to put it all over the lid, over, like if I wanted to build up the blush and then maybe put this on it to give it some sparkle, that might be a nice um, idea. So that's something I can play with. I haven't used the highlight much yet because highlight does kind of scare me because I'm not used to it. But I feel like, if you just do that little bit, it doesn't have to be crazy, you know, and it's just that little bit of extra, you know, light that helps reflect. So, and then, if we want to get fancy with it, we can take it all the way across. And that's just super simple. It doesn't have to be, anything more than that. So like for an evening out, if we're going to dinner, it just gives that little bit of pop. So, tip for traveling with Super Shocks: place a small piece of cellophane wrap over the product. Ooh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. And that would probably be good for any powder product that you have, because I could even do that with this. I could put, saran wrap in. Charlie's on my lap and I'm afraid she's going to fall. Because I'm on a stool. I'm not on like a regular chair. My feet don't touch the ground. But I could put, the saran wrap here and close it. And that way, that's not budging anywhere. And I could probably do the same thing for this too, if I needed to. So that's a good idea. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's awesome. I do need to think about what mascara I want to take. I will say I still have, believe it or not, some of this Cali Ray, even though it's like the travel size is nice, but I also have the Chantecaille Faux Cils Longest Lash, and I think I have 3 of this size. So I could probably just take a new tube of that with me and just have it for the trip. So we'll see. I haven't quite decided. I don't know if it matters. Oh, we'll put some mascara on. Well, I don't feel like putting mascara on. I don't want to deal with taking it off later. It always takes a little bit more effort. I also might take the Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer. I do really like this, although I feel like I've got a lot less. What are your thinking on lippies? That's a really good question. So I feel like, of course, I love the Chantecaille. They're easy to put on, they're hydrating, they just don't last very long. So I was actually thinking, my mom gave me this Tom Ford lip blush in 01. I can't read the name, but it's in the silver packaging. And when you open it, it's clear, but it does have some little silver flecks in it. Now there's some pink on it from, I think I was wearing lipstick or something and I put this over it. But I had put some lip potion on because my lips were dry. But look at that. So this reacts to the pH of your lip and it changes the color to a natural lip color. And so instead of me carrying around, 4 lipsticks, I can literally just put this on and it's my natural color, but it's my lips but better. That looks like a plumped up lip. Yes, it really does. It has great shine. This one I find does not irritate my skin. There is one in gold that I don't like. I don't remember what it's called. I think my mom and I swapped actually, because this one doesn't irritate my lips, but the one in the gold packaging does. And the gold one actually has a brighter color that your lips turn. So I really like this one. I also have the Clarins lip oil that I could take because that would be hydrating and nourishing. And like I said, I mean, there's always, a nude lip liner and you're set. Well, that's true. So I do love my Chantecaille lip definer in tone. Of course, that's my favorite go-to. I also have it in discreet. Um, not disc. Yeah, I think it is discreet. It must be in my bathroom. Now, I do also have this Peri Para lip liner. This came from a set that came with a velvet. Um, it's not a lip gloss. It's just, I think they call it a velvet ink that goes on top. It's a little more matte, but it's a great neutral. So, if I wanted a little bit more, I could take that even. Um, so those are good options because, I don't want to take too much. We're going to be gone for a little bit. You could take a bolder lip liner and smudge it out and top. Oh, that's a good idea too. I'm trying to think. I think most of my lip liners are nude or they're more neutral. The only bold one I have is this NYX in hot red. I don't know that I'm gonna need a red lip, but it's there just in case. But I could try and find something a little bolder, maybe a little darker or something more of like a darker mauve, maybe, or something like that. Um, but yeah, so I think I'm set on that. I don't think I'm gonna take anything for my brows, although if I did, it's just a pencil, so it probably wouldn't be that much. Um, but yeah, Charlie's trying to like get in under my arm here. so, um, so yeah, I think, but I think what I'll do is once I kind of figure out what I'm going to take with me and how it all fits, I'll do a video on, what's in my travel bag. And I'm trying to think what else. I might do, like a packing type video. I haven't really decided yet because I'm not an expert by any means. I've literally been watching a ton of other videos and getting advice from other people. So, I am trying to do that. Girl, I could forget everything but breath. So that makes a difference. It is difficult, when you know that there's something that you're like, oh, I really want this to, stand out or to look better because you're going to take a million pictures of yourself while you're gone. So I do need to make sure that all my photos are backed up and, make sure that they're not taking up space on my phone for when I'm taking pictures. Do you watch Rose and Ben? Great techniques. I don't think so. I'm not familiar with them. I'll have to look them up. Um, they do not sound familiar, but I will. Well, I don't have a pen. I will make a mental note, hopefully, of that and check them out. Um, sounds good. Yes, please send me that link. Uh, I like watching, different people and their techniques and how they do things and um, sometimes, and I don't know that it even matters, if you're watching someone your own age or not, because I watch people younger than me in their 20s. I watch people older than me in their, 50s and 60s. I don't think, if the technique works for you, I think that's really all that matters. So if you can find something like that, that's really the best thing. Um, but yeah, so so I'm just getting ready for, a good size trip. It should be nice and relaxing and educational and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that. We have, what else? I have a lot going on at work, so I'll definitely be busy with that, but hopefully I can get a few videos before then. I don't think that I'm going to have any pre-filmed videos for while I'm gone. um, for while I'm gone on the trip, but what I'd like to do is because we'll be visiting different places and doing some different things that maybe I can create some shorts um, and I can upload those while I'm gone so that you're kind of going on the adventure with me without being there. And you'll kind of get to see some of the stuff that we're doing, but I'll still do a vlog or two or maybe three, because we're technically visiting three different specific places, then, I can do a different vlog for all of those, because then they won't be as long either. And I can kind of talk about some of the things we experienced and some of the things that we got to see and do that might help you on something that you're planning on doing. I actually found out that um, the company that I work for, the owners actually are going to one of the places that we're visiting. They're there right now. And so I thought that was really neat. So I don't know that I would get a chance to talk to any of them when they get back. And we should have a lot of our stuff planned before then. Um, and I'm sure our budgets are quite different. So, there's that. But it's still neat to hear what other people, how they like or don't like, or what they experience. And, you always want to take it with a grain of salt, because, sometimes when you're somewhere, you run into someone who's having an off day, or, something unexpected happens, and, there's a little bit of panic, or there's not really a, how do we fix this? How do we make this better at this particular moment type thing? But then also, everyone has different likes and dislikes. So even if you think, oh, that doesn't sound very interesting for me, you just never know. So thank you for being here, Tammy. I am so glad that you stopped by. Please stay safe, and I will talk with you soon. I think Charlie and I are going to go. She is trying to bury herself under my arm. And yeah, I really didn't have anything else going on. So thank you for being here. I hope that you stay safe, that you take care of yourself, take care of each other. And I should have, hopefully, a video up for you soon. I may not have one this week. This live may cover both last week and this week. So we will see how it goes. But thank you so much, and you guys take care.